Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of ezBUCKETz. How you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about another fantasy basketball topic, talking about the best sleeper picks for this year's fantasy season. In this video specifically, I'm going to be talking about under the radar players that people won't really be targeting on draft day. So if you're a big fantasy fan and want to know the best possible sleeper picks, this video is perfect for you. But quickly before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, guys. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. Just one more thing, guys, if you want fantasy basketball advice and also want to support my channel, go check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description. I'm trying to create the best fantasy basketball community and I want you guys to be a part of that. But honestly, my favorite part of my Patreon is how I can directly talk to you guys. You know, I love the questions you guys ask. Should you do this trade? Should you draft this player? Should you drop this player? I love talking to you guys about basketball, especially fantasy basketball, and simply, I would love to get a chance to talk to the people that really support my channel. So if this is something you're interested in, go check out my Patreon. Link is down in the description. But without wasting any more time, let's get into the best sleeper picks for this year's fantasy draft. When talking about the definition of a sleeper pick, this is what I mean. To me, a sleeper fantasy basketball pick is somebody that is currently not being ranked higher than what I believe they should be. For this video specifically, I have 10 players that are under the rank of 100 that I believe they could potentially be better by the end of the season. So when you're drafting your fantasy teams and you're about to pick your late round players, I believe these players must be on your target list. The first player is Lu Dort of the Oklahoma City Thunder. When talking about Dort, he's going to be one of the most impactful OKC players in this upcoming season. After being a big part of OKC's playoff run last year, being the starting small forward, guarding James Harden, his value, his role is definitely on the increase. I believe this year Lu Dort will play a 3-and-D role for OKC and get multiple touches, potentially averaging about 14 to 15 points per game. He is currently ranked 369th, and in my opinion, that is way too low. The next sleeper pick is Aron Baynes, and he just signed a 2-year contract with the Toronto Raptors. When talking about the Raptors, they lost Marc Gasol and they lost Serge Ibaka, which means their starting center position is available. With Aron Baynes getting the most money in the offseason at their center position, it is most likely that he will be the starting center, being an impactful rim protector and also a floor spacer. Aron Baynes is currently ranked 299th. I believe that is way too low. He's definitely a top 150 in my opinion. The next player on my list is Dante DiVincenzo, and he's definitely gonna take a big role in this upcoming season after the Milwaukee Bucks traded away Eric Bledsoe and also lost Wesley Matthews. The Bucks were expected to go for Bojan Bogdanovic, but because they weren't able to get him, Dante DiVincenzo is easily their starting shooting guard and is gonna be a great 3-and-D presence for this team. He is currently ranked 150, and I believe at that value, you'll get a good amount of rebounds, threes, and also minimal defensive stats. The next sleeper pick is Darius Bailey of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he's in the exact same position as Lu Dort is. After OKC lost Gallinari, Darius Bailey is going to become the starting power forward to be a rim protector and also be focal on the offensive end. Darius Bailey is currently ranked 317, and I believe at that value, you can get him as your last pick, and he'll be impactful in a role, especially in the starting lineup for OKC. The next sleeper pick is a sharpshooter on the Pistons, and that's Makai Luke. When talking about Makai Luke, last season, Dwayne Casey gave him a starting role, and he was very impactful at the 3-and-D presence. With him shooting plus 40%, he is definitely the best shooter on the Pistons, and with them currently rebuilding and him being a part of their future, I believe he'll be a great target if you want a 3-point specialist. He is currently ranked 271, and in my opinion, you can easily get him as one of your last pickups to be a 3-point god. The next sleeper pick is Jerami Grant of the Pistons, and he's going to be one of the most important options for their offense and defense. When talking about Jerami Grant, he just signed a 3-year, $60 million deal with Detroit, and I believe he's going to be the starting small forward and be impactful both offensively and defensively. He is currently ranked 117th, and by the end of the season, if he puts up great amount of blocks and steals, he could easily be a top 50 player. Get Jerami Grant in the 8th or 9th round on your draft day. The next sleeper pick is Otto Porter Jr. of the Chicago Bulls, and he's currently being ranked 104th. And in my opinion, with Otto Porter's potential and how good he could be if fully healthy, Otto could be a top 40 fantasy player. He brings a 3-and-D personality, a 3-and-D fantasy game, and you can definitely see spurts of 50 points per game plus 2 steals per game. I believe Otto Porter, if he's fully healthy this year for the Bulls, with the Bulls trying to compete, Otto is going to be a big factor to their run, and I believe he could easily be a top 50 by the end of the season. The next sleeper pick is Marcus Smart of the Boston Celtics, and in my opinion, he's a big time sleeper, and because of what happened in the offseason, his role is definitely on the increase. After losing Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart is going to secure that starting shooting guard position, and I believe he'll be a great factor on the assists, steals, and for those 3-and-D stats. I believe getting Marcus Smart at the 9th or 8th rounds will definitely be worth it, as he'll be a great secondary point guard for your team. The next player is Malik Beasley of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he's one of the biggest sleepers in this year's fantasy draft. When talking about Malik Beasley, he's going to be the starting shooting guard or small forward for the Wolves, and I believe he'll put up plus 15 points per game, which is amazing at the value he's being put at right now. He is currently ranked 136, and in my personal opinion, I believe he could top that, giving you great offensive fantasy stats. If you see Malik Beasley there at the 10th round, grab him as fast as you can. Another big sleeper pick is Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz, and I believe he's going to still be a very important 6-man on the scoring end for Utah and for fantasy basketball. Last year, Jordan Clarkson came off the bench for Utah, averaged about 16 points per game, and in this season, I see him doing the exact same thing. He is currently ranked 228th, and in my personal opinion, a player putting up 15 points per game should definitely be in the top 150, and that's definitely where Clarkson belongs. Get Clarkson at the end of your lineups for a scoring punch. And the last sleeper pick, in my opinion, is somebody, I don't know why he's so low, Josh Hart of the New Orleans Pelicans. He is currently ranked 202, and I believe with him now being the starting shooting guard after Drew Holiday left, Hart's gonna have a bigger role for the Pelicans. Expect 3-and-D stats from Josh Hart, potentially 12 points per game, 2 steals per game, and I see him being a top 50 fantasy player by the end of the season. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today on the top 10 sleeper picks for this year's fantasy basketball draft. What's most important to me is I want to know your opinions. Are there any other sleepers? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!